Yo, what up guys, it's Flark, and I'm kind of tired, so I don't feel like doing a whole spiel. I'm doing VOD reviews, and if you want to give me a VOD, you can go to my Discord and record something and send it to me. Okay, let's get into the video. Lol. Okay, so we're starting things off with Unholy here. As always, I go into these blind. Completely blind, actually. I just pulled up the YouTube video just now and hit record. So this is as far as I've gotten in this YouTube video. So I think we have Unholy DK, our druid, some druid spec, probably feral, but maybe it's boomy. I don't know. Yeah, the moon's back. It's probably boomy. Assassin Rogue, Arms Warrior, Disc on the other team. If it's boomy, maybe we can see before I give this advice, but you have to do unlimited damage and peel for him perfectly. Boomy is just going to get trained by Assassin Rogue, Arms Warrior. That's going to be really hard. But if you do tried to death every round, probably meant trained to death. Yeah, he is boomy then, isn't he? Oh my god, it's like, dude, I swear I haven't watched this. That's so funny. Okay, right, so it's probably Boomkin. Is there any confirmation? What do they look like? Is that a Boomkin? Is that what Boomkins look like? Are you going to inspect him? Dude, nice job. I'm talking to you into the past. I can look backwards into the future. Incredible. Right, good. So that's a Boomkin. You have to do a lot of damage to the enemy team. I would generally run Stun Silence into this. I think you are, yep, you are running Necrotic Aura. And that's a great choice. Don't get me wrong. That's not stupid or anything. Necrotic Aura, he does magic damage. You do magic damage. It's perfect. I just think that Stun Silence on the Priest plus damage on the Rogue will be enough to put them on the back foot. It'll be hard for him to get clones as a Boomkin, getting trained the entire time. So having that extra CC, and then you have Blind as well, remember, and Grip, and you can kick, cast. So you have a lot of ways to stop the Priest, and hopefully that puts the Rogue behind after his Cloak Evasion, because in the beginning, you guys are gonna be frantic because he can just cloak, he can evasion, but then once he runs out of those things, he'll be running the entire game, especially if the healer's in CC and not able to top him. And if he's running the entire game while not being topped, then you guys have a chance of keeping your Boomy alive. Okay, so you're 1400 too. We learned so much in this opener. Incredible. Oh my god, and you're even showing me your talents, and I didn't look at them because I'm itching my eye. I'm so sorry. You did all that for me. You showed me the spec, you showed me the CR, you showed me the... You're even going rogue. My god, I really like you. You resonate with me super hard. Okay, so this is super low MMR, so I'll try and keep that in mind when I do my review. Sorry, I don't know why my eye itches so bad. But yeah, you definitely, yeah, he's Adapt Warrior. Yeah, this is low MMR. Yeah, so you want to pull him out right off the bat. So right there, probably. When you were right here on your mount, that's when you want to drop your Raise A-Bomb. Generally right here. He's probably not going to go the same way as his teammates. So like right around here somewhere is where, and you would have done it right back, not here, but way back here. And you would just drop the Raise A-Bomb down because he's already, think of what he's doing. He's in stealth, running up this way while you mount in. So he's probably literally right there right now. And if I could go back in time and throw the A-Bomb down, let's see if you do it first. Just really looked like, yeah, see, you were, I could kind of tell you. It looked like you were throwing it down on them because you had them targeted and you were kind of moving your mouse in that direction. So that gets you combat, and that's pretty cool. So you're not going to get sapped, which is great, but you do have two stealthies, so it's better to try and pull the Rogue out than to just get combat. And remember, the A-Bomb, if it misses and doesn't hit anybody, it sprints back to you, which might actually pull out the Rogue as he's trying to sap you, which is really cool. So using Raise A-Bomb well against Rogue is one of the tried and true methods of getting a great opener against them. And yeah, close, but no cigar in this. That's not quite how you would do it. Okay. Kick that, Penance. No dice. So it looks like we're starting up on the Priest, and then we stun the Rogue right when he opens. That's great. That disrupts the kidney shot. We do a little grip blind here, a little bit of a miss. You're trying to if you're going to grip blind opener, you might want to go for the trip. Oh, this is actually both terrible and fantastic for you. Also, as a side note, I don't generally talk about UI much, but recently my UI has gotten a lot better. There's a lot on the screen, like a lot. I don't know. Some of this stuff looks like PvE stuff, like all of these. Like you have Outbreak up, you have A-Bomb up. I thought I saw. Let me take a look. Yeah, there's just I don't know, there's a lot of aura stuff. I don't know, there's a lot on the screen. If this works for you, that's fine. But some of my advice that I give to low MMR PvP is that take out all the duplicate stuff for all the stuff that's just meaningless. Like look at this. We're at the middle of the screen specifically. I know it's a little blurry. I don't know why it's blurry whenever I pause it. It doesn't feel as blurry when I when I have it going, but when I pause it, this is a mess. But even without the blur, this is a lot in the middle of the screen. You can't see any of this. Like, right, that's just, right, that's too much, right? So the S Arena is great. Here's how I do it. You use the S Arena, you use Ability Team Tracker, you put weak auras for very important things, and then all the stuff that's like shows you what you have going on. I think you just play enough games and get enough reps that just the stuff above their head, and even this is probably too much, just the stuff above their head will show you what's going on, and you don't need all of these auras to track it. Maybe this is a PvE thing. If so, just turn it off during PvP. I just think that the center of your screen, where your eyes generally go to, is too busy, right? So it's going to make it like you miss some really cool stuff, like evasion. Like maybe you attack into evasion, or maybe you don't swap off of bark skin. Oh my God, look at all these examples. It's kind of hard to see because the blur and because there's a million things on the screen. But I won't talk too much more about UI. If this works for you, then you're a god. That's perfect. You know, to heck with me, I guess. But I just think that eliminating congestion in the middle of the screen is good. Okay, so they're all dying. Because you actually, so I said there's something good and something bad, and then I never talked about either. The bad news was we didn't stop the rogues open, and then you did stun it, but then you wasted stun DR because you didn't really attack him in it, so you kind of just disrupted the kidney. And then they had like a dome on your go and a spear on the druid. But then the good news was you got a blind on the priest, stopped them from setting up super well from that, and then got a perfect triple cleave on all three of them. With the nuclear unholy damage at 1400, which means they probably won't be able to deal with that. And pet stun on the priest low, which means it's not auto use. That's already great. Okay, so you win in the opener. Cool, I guess. Okay, I thought the game was going to keep going. Shit, did I even say anything about your gameplay? Well, your diseases were up. Your blind was good-ish. Your herding all three of them to the same location was good. Your moving out of the dome was good. Your pet stun on him was low was good because both it disrupted him and it also means it wasn't on auto use, which is a great change of pace for me. So thank you for that. Again, you could have disrupted the go on the A-bomb, but I mean, this is 1400 MMR and you killed him in the opener and you didn't make a lot of situational misplays at all. So... and you're changing your mock. I mean, it's all good stuff. So yeah, honestly, that was just fine. Let's see how the rest of the rounds go. See if we can get any more critique in here. Because there's got to be something. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting around 1400. I mean, again, no disrespect at all. But the whole objective is to get higher rating, right? That's why we do these. And if you're playing perfectly, then your rating would go up. So well, let's see if there's anything that's going wrong. Otherwise, if you're playing perfectly in every game, then your rating is just going to go up. So congratulations. Still weird spotting on that, but you pulled him out and that's awesome. And now you could probably stun the grip plot. Love this. Love this. That's great, man. You stopped the clone. Okay, wait, we silenced the Boomy. Okay, that's bad, but so you stopped the clone in the beginning and turned it into your own go with that grip line. That was fantastic. Don't silence the Boomy. He's not that scary. I mean, maybe he's scary at 1400. Maybe the healer doesn't press a single button, but get in the habit of getting the Ardruid's trinket and then stun silencing him. Boomy is just going to get trained by you guys. It's not like you have to silence him as well. So that's the Iron Bark I was talking about. You could actually, I would have swapped immediately on Iron Bark to the Warrior. And the reason for that is because you're going to have Rot on both, Cleave on both, diseases on both, probably even wounds on both from sweeping strikes, infected claws. So you could just burst all your wounds on the Warrior and get him to about a third health because he's not going to get all the attention from the Ardruid. He has no hots, he has no Iron Bark, right? So swapping over to that Warrior, God, this is so blurry. It's such a shame. I swear it doesn't look like this when I press play. Swapping over to that Warrior, getting him to a third health is going to make the Ardruid go, oh my God, I just Iron Barked you and the other guy's dead. He's going to panic. He's going to throw up cooldowns onto him, maybe even NS him because that's all he can do. Then he's going to parry overlap and then you swap right back to the Boomy. The Boomy being the kill target against Ardruid, it's actually insanely good when he has that Iron Bark in that wall to go anything but him because then when you go back to the kill target, he's got nothing on him. No hots, no nothing. But of course it's 1400, so you win in the opener! Okay, I'm sensing a pattern here. They can't heal. Yeah, you're loving it. You are loving it. No, but your grip line to stop the clone really helped because, again, if your healers are low MMR, they're going to panic if they're in the first CC of the game. Maybe they don't trinket. Maybe the rogue gets gutted. Then they trinket at the last second of a clone, and all of a sudden you guys are on the back foot. But you stopped their go and turned it into your own go, which was fantastic. Now, the warrior is 0 and 2, and he is running Adapt. So let's see how you get him a win or don't. We'll see. All peel rogue. Disarm, please. Sure, I mean, all of those things are good. Oh, God. Okay, you definitely go for the triple hit. So this is weird to me. I don't personally understand it. Oh, so actually, no, I do actually exactly understand it. You were only using A-bomb when one of them was out of stealth because you had, like, a metric to go off of. And when it came to, like, the prediction of where they would be, you didn't go for it. That's why you didn't go for the rogue pullout. You just put it on the priest and the warrior. Yeah, don't worry, man. There's no penalty for missing. You should always go for it. And in fact, because A-bomb, again, he runs back to you if he misses, he'll pull out anybody in that stretch, and then you'll run him behind this pillar, and when the rogue goes for that sap, you pull out all 3 of them. So literally always drop raise A-bomb. In fact, it is more valuable against the triple stealth than it was against the 1 stealth or the 2 stealth from the prior game. So always, always, always raise A-bomb, especially against triple stealth. You would have stopped that sap right there and probably pulled all 3 of them out. And you should do it now because you know the rogue's here. So yeah, that was just... it's funny, I do the most raise A-bomb critiquing of anything on my VOD reviews, but we all know, with a little bit of critical thinking, what went wrong there. If the rogue sapped him, that means he has to be in range of sap, which means if you drop the raise A-bomb on top of the priest and then just go around in a circle, you will find him. And you would have already stopped the sap, but now if you can't stop the sap, you can at least stop his open with the perfect kidney. It is just bad for you now, but stunning him and gripping that clone is still really good. Holy shit. And you grip the R-Druid without gripping in the Boomy, which is great because now those 2 are... Okay, the silence is still silly, but that's fine. You double blinded those 2, and then you were able to go Boomy, which is great because now you're not going to break the blind. It is also such good stuff in that. So great stuff, bad stuff. There you go. That's exactly what you want out of VOD review, but that was still really cool. You did a good job with that. Okay, so your guy's blinded, which means your warrior's dead in the opener. Yeah. Right, so this is cool. This is great. So this is so cool because this is what low MMR is like. In order to get out of the low MMR, you're like, oh, dude, I was about to crush those guys. My teammates just died. What was I supposed to do? You're right in that they had a lot of buttons they could press. They probably had some combination of parry, rally, double paints up, dome, and void shift. Probably 4 out of the 6 of those things was probably still available, and they pressed none of them, right? But if you get that pull out I was talking about and stop their go a little better by stopping the sap and maybe hitting him before the kidney goes up, maybe he doesn't just die in the opener like that. So you have to be the god. You have to be the difference maker, right? Because I don't know what you're showing me. Yeah, the healers suck. But you have to be, in that case, you have to be the difference maker, right? So in that game, you let them do what they wanted to do. You had a decent stop, but it was too late. The warrior's literally running adaptation. And of course, he's going to die in 4 seconds. So we need a little bit more. But again, sometimes in solo shuffle, in order to escape these brackets, it's not about you playing a little better than your teammates. It's you playing way better than them with all the things that I tell you to do right now. Okay. So, see, that was actually... That's the A-bomb you needed in the other games. But fine, it's good. You had you knew where he was, so it was easier to make that. Okay, stop silencing the Boomy for sure. I mean, I can't go back in time and tell you, so... all right, so we got the limb go. It's kind of hard to tell if your opener rotation is perfect, as the games have been so fast and so comedically clustered. But in the next one, you know what? No, not in the next one. Maybe in this one right here. Let's go over these buttons we're pressing in the beginning. So, raise A-bomb is down. Let's try and find all the cooldowns on your bar. This is supposed to be educational, and I'm not going to just talk about raise abomination the entire time. Where is dark transform? There it is. Okay. So right here, you should be using transform walking over to him. Not silence. Blight, yep. So the blight walking over to him was good. Dark transform should already be out, because then you would have... Now the dark transform. You could do it in that order too. I just like doing the setup globals as you're moving to the boomkin. So right when you hit him, you are already raining havoc upon them. But you still did a pretty decent job getting all your setup globals down. And now you should just spam Are you stuck in this root beam? Yes, you are. Wait, are you? I feel like you're walking around. I think you just stayed in the root beam. All right, but anyway, yeah, now you should just spam Scourge Strike and burst off all your wounds. And I see Coil, and I see Scorch. Coil, Scorch, Coil, Scorch. Yeah, that's the rotation I generally talk about. And you applied your disease again. Okay. Ooh, you stunned into clone or gripped into clone. I couldn't really tell which one that was. It was grip. Okay. So your opener rotation is clean. You do the Scourge Coil. You're not doing the thing that I hate, which is like Fester striking at max wounds. So that's good. Scourge Coil. That's a really good combination of things. Yeah, just maybe just get 1 or 2 setup globals as you're running toward that Boomkin. So right when you connect to him, it's like you're raining Hellstorm on him. It's so difficult to deal with. And yeah, the stun silence for this, I've said this 6 times, but I'm going to hammer it in for you. Silencing Boomkin against a disc is completely fried. Stun silence on disc destroys them. This guy clearly willed something. I don't know. 17 seconds left on trinket means I think he willed something. I don't know what he would will in this. Maybe that's just a graphical bug. Either way, stun silence on the priest. If he doesn't have trinket right now, it just ends the game. If he does have trinket, he won't have trinket for very long because you have a friggin' rogue on your team. So he blinds, he gets trinket, you kick a penance, which is going off right now, and then out of the lockout, you stun silence. And that's like 12 seconds of CC, and at this MMR, he can barely heal even when he's not in CC, so sorry, Super Milk, I'm really ragging on you there, but you do let your teammates die in 1 second every game, so. But not this game, you're doing a great job. Sorry, man, you're doing a great job, Super Milkies. I respect you. Okay, swap is a little rough there. I think we just let a clone go off. Definitely kick the penance. Ooh, did you get it? Nope. Ah, stun the Boomkin. No. First bit of real heavy critique. No way you stun kill target with a rogue on your team. I mean, I get it. He's probably not stunning off of DR perfectly with Kidney, but you gotta at least give him a chance. We gotta CC the healer. You could stun out of this clone. Look. There's a clone on it. If you didn't have all this crap on the screen, you'd probably be able to see the more important stuff better, like DRs and what's going on. This guy's cloned. He's probably going to have to trinket this. And then the rogue kidney is the boomy, and you stun the healer with no trinket into silence, which you should still have, and that's the end of the game right there. Yeah, see, kidney's over your stun too because he's blind as a bat. Grip blind is good there, but somehow it misses the priest or is DR'd. Or it broke instantly. I think it missed though. I didn't even see it go on him. Kick pen. Yeah, you definitely had a huge opportunity to win there. And it was the exact way that I said. So there you go. My advice is useful. Like I said, the rogue kidneyed over your fixed. He's blind, but you shouldn't be stunning kill target anyway. Priest trinketed, like I said he would, which means you would have had a stun for the priest, and the boomy would have died in that go. But you're going to win anyway. That's the deal with 1400. But we have to kick the pen. Nice, man. Great job. Kidney. It's over. It doesn't even matter. They won't be able to heal through it. Oh my god, are you going to lose? Oh my god, you lost. Ouch. Well, there you go. There you go. That is how great it will feel when you watch this VOD. Take my advice and implement it. Because that is a perfect situation where you lost a game that you would have without any question. I assure you, I'll bet real human dollars on it. You never would have lost. His kidney wouldn't have been DR'd. It would have been full. The priest would have been stunned on the clone that he trinketed, which means he couldn't have healed. He was anyway, but it doesn't matter. Anything that comes off on this Boomkin saved his life. The Boomkin would have died before the rogue did, and you would have won the round. It's not like your teammates played perfectly. They didn't. It wasn't only your mistakes that cost the game. But if you change that, you win, and then your MMR goes higher, and then you play with even better players. And that is the magic of Solo Shuffle. You have the power to alter the game in order to play with better players so you can continue improving at every aspect of the game. That was a perfect representation of when a game was in your hands. You could have changed the outcome. And then the next time you see that situation, you will change the outcome. Yes, that was close. Indeed. Yes, great attitude. Great attitude. Yes, great attitude. Great attitude. I can tell the second you apply these things to your game, you are going to go far, kid. That's a song by that one band. Okay. I'm not going to beat the Raise A Bomb Dead Horse. You missed the pull combat and the pull out again, but we know that. Okay, so we're open up on the Rogue. I like the idea of stopping that. He feared it. Oh, you blinded at the same time, but that happens a lot in solo shuffle. It's tough to not overlap. Sometimes it'll happen. Get a dome down, swap off Iron Bark to the Warrior right here. The Warrior is actually taking a ton of damage, so swapping off would be really good. Now, definitely Evasion and Cloak. Do we swap? Yes, I think. Yeah, great read on that. You swap back a little too soon and the Warrior died. Yeah, so great stuff. There you go, by the way, another thing that I'm talking about coming to fruition. I love that for us. Iron Bark, Overgrowth, everything on the Rogue. Rogue was clearly kill target, then he Cloak Evasions. You swap off, Warrior dies. I mean, the Warrior's dreadful, unfortunately, but he probably hasn't played this game very much, so that's okay. Now you got to get him a dub for the 4 wins. Somehow I do not believe that it will occur, but we will do our very best. But yeah, so a couple of... The first loss you had, maybe that one was difficult to avoid. The second loss was entirely in your hands. You could have prevented it, so that would put you at least 4 wins now, which is a MMR increase. But with a chance to go 5 wins, we'll see how you do in this one. Balance ain't dying. Well, yeah, the balance should die. Okay, so you get combat this time, which helps with the sap, but it was put on the Warrior anyway, and then that just breaks twice, so... And we couldn't sap anyway because you have an archer on your team, but he couldn't sap you now. We silenced the Boomkin. Of course, I've said that's a problem, but it's okay. Kick mind games? Sure, yeah, I generally don't. I generally just kick holy spells, but it's good to not let that go off, especially considering how fast everybody's been dying. The Warrior's going to solo the Rogue. Randil, your redemption arc live on television. Incredible. Randil just solos the Rogue behind a pillar. Now, you had a lot to do with that. You disrupted these guys. You blinded them. You kicked the mind games. You silenced the Boomkin. You did a bunch of damage. So it wasn't just, you didn't get carried. No, I'm not saying that at all, but great job, Randil, for your redemption arc. You did just kill the Rogue behind a pill from 100% health by yourself. Okay, so that's 4 wins, which means if you take my exact, my critiques that came into fruition literally 10 seconds after I said them, that's 6. Maybe 5. Again, that first loss, maybe it was tough to avoid. I mean, you know, all the losses are tough to avoid. That's why people have to practice to play. But yeah, the other one was so egregious. It was so completely in your control. So 5 wins, let's say this is a 5 wins lobby. Just by listening to the things that I say and then practicing them for a while, then it's a 6-win lobby easy. Because you've got everything else down, your damage is there, and Unholy is a crazy, crazy good spec. So there you go. So you're already 15 from that win. The 5 wins probably put you a little higher than that. And then if you continue with that success, I can easily see, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 even, 100 CR increase in the next 2 weeks. Good. Thank you for submitting this. This was a really nice one. I hope all that stuff helped. Let's get on to the next one. Okay. So I think I have a streamer VOD submitted to me. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty cool. You can just see the sample goal and the stream flare here. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It is Unholy Fire Mage Preservation Evoker versus Ret DH Disc. You could turn on class colors on your 8 frames. I think that's a neat little trick. But yeah, no, fun stuff. UI looks pretty clean at base, but we'll see what happens when we get into the gameplay. That's when I think things get a little awry. Oh, and the Unholy is playing a Clawing Shadows build, and that Clawing Shadows is in it, which is generally like, what, the Commander of the Dead pet-centric build with Unholy Assault and Commander, no Super Strain. That build is just kind of like statistically worse in as far as solo shuffle performance. Like on average, you're probably just going to do worse against everything. I know this from experience. It's just not as good as having raw, sustain, and consistent pressure in a solo shuffle environment, especially with dampening. But I don't care. I'm really excited to see how this works because it's something new. it's something new, and that's real. I wouldn't go Havoc. I would go red here. Red is always target. When you see a red, you go red. It's something new, and I'd love to see how this works for you. But if it does go poorly, and you can see that part of that is just the fact that we're missing sustain from running a build that's so centric on just like burst windows that are better in a PvE environment, we'll know why. But no, I'm very excited. Love that because it's something new. Something new. All right, so so you can see no super strain there because just the Variant Plague. So I was right on my diagnosis with what we're doing here. Nice little grip in with the limb grip and then the blind on that. Of course, look at the Ret's health bar. Oh, okay. So that's kind of what I was talking about, right? When the game gets going, the UI kind of suffers. Everybody's got their own stuff, right? What you can see, people see differently. I wear glasses. People take in information differently. People have so many differences personally. And if this resonates with you, then maybe it's worth taking a look at. There are too many things and they are too big that the center of your screen, the most important part of your screen, the best piece of your screen, the real estate is taken up by overlapping icons that, yeah, sure, you can see some of these things, but how much of these are super valuable? I mean, we got the Magus of the Dead Frostbolt Slow taking up a huge chunk there, right? That's completely meaningless. It will never be valuable information to you. And it might get in the way of some really, really important stuff, like how likely, like I said to the last guy, how likely are we to swap off of Ironbark or Pain Sup? How likely are we to purge PI if you're playing your Disc Priest like me? No, I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, just if that resonates with you at all, maybe tone some of this back, maybe take some of the duplicate stuff out, or just certain things you don't need to see in a PvP environment. If it doesn't, then do whatever you want because it doesn't matter. It's your screen. You're the one looking at it. Okay, we got bubble in the opener. So that was one thing I was going to say, by the way, when I paused and then I started talking about UI again. But I mean, to my viewers, they'll probably see this and they'll probably nod their heads. But again, what I was going to say is Ret was probably a better target, and we saw that because as you were going DH, the Ret was the one dying just from your cleave damage. So now you got bubble, and you can see that. 6 seconds left right here. There's one of the icons that are actually really important. And then you can see, here's the UI problems. It's here, and it's there. This is what's taking up your screen. Here's Divine Shield. Here's Divine Shield. No shot we need that like that. So that's what you should mess around with your own configurations. I don't know all the add-ons that you're running, but you'll have to look into that in your own time, obviously. Okay, Stun on the Priest is great. Swap to the DH, obviously, very important, but now you need to swap back to the red. And I don't know if you're going to do that because you were happy with going DH. Well, God, he got disc. The disc paints up the red too. They literally have nothing for this red. So definitely worth swapping to him right now. The paint swap is done, or paint sup is done, but it's fine. You're really centered on the DH, and that was your kill target, and I can't go back in time and tell you these things, so we're probably going to be going DH. Or Priest, apparently, at this time. Chains on stuff, by the way. Really low chains uptime this game, and you are trying to peel for a mage, so... Ooh, this is bad. Did you already Lich Point? Ooh, I don't know what you Lich Point. But it looks like you did. Or you're... Where is Lich Point on your bar, so I can just see... Yeah, there it is. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so there's the poly, and you break it instantly. So this is... some of the things that are going wrong in this game. So kill target, not great because the Ret just lost paints up, was on forbearance and had no bubble. The Priest didn't really have a lot for him. And now when you do your swaps, it seems like you're paying too much attention to the Priest. Now Priest can die for sure, but Ret can die. And the reason why you wouldn't do that with a mage on your team is what you exactly showed there. And that the only thing you're probably going to do is break his poly since you guys aren't in comms. You guys are not talking to each other. So yeah, it's not like you did it on, oh shit, I could have avoided that and I didn't. No, the poly came out while you were attacking him and it broke. Okay, that's not the end of the world. You're fine, bro. But like, you're playing no comms with a mage. You know that. Why are we attacking this guy? You could have stunned out of the poly and then the Ret would have been dead because you should be on him and he should be dead. Okay, but that didn't happen. I had sleepwalks on him too and he broke that as well. Okay, so you just broke 14 seconds of CC on this guy and then you blinded him and now you're still attacking him. So this is what I like to call fried. Not good. Not good from you, unfortunately. But it's okay. because I play this game 40 hours a day. Not everybody gets 40 hours a day to play. That's not even mathematically possible. So very difficult for me to play 40 hours a day, but I find a way. Okay, so yeah, Chains of Ice is the other thing. I want to. So those were the two big things. Kill target. I harped you on that. Sorry, that's the way it is. You submitted the VOD. That is true. The kill target priest there was really fried. It lost so much pressure and broke every CC. The other thing, Chains of Ice. You got a ret and a DH and a disc that all could be changed. Now during Freedom they can't be, but then Freedom ends and they can be. So you got to keep the chains on the ret and the DH. You got to peel for your mage. It's double melee on a mage. He's not loving it right now. Not loving what's happening to him right now. And keeping the priest chain is actually great too. Because if the DH and ret overextend, as they are known to do, the priest is going to be in a rough spot to deal with it. Or he's going to be in a rough spot, excuse me, to go for fears on your evoker. Once nullifying is down, of course he wants to do that. I think I'm going to need some water while we're watching the thrilling conclusion to this game. That is a Poland Spring jug. It is not a gallon of milk, like people tell me. Okay, so we're still attacking priest here. This is all fried. The red has had no cooldown since 1986, and we still refuse to attack him. But, you know, that's the way it is. Okay, so he gets a double. I mean, the mage living this and peeling for himself since you refuse to do it for him is pretty good, honestly, from him. So great job, Kuzanji. Now we're finally doing a go here on these two. With the blind. Ooh, and the evoker stun. You might just randomly win. Paints up Nether. Swap. Please, red. Please go red. Please stop attacking into Nether. Please. And that's why you got to change your UI, dude. That's why. That's why. My bro, thank you for submitting this VOD. You have already given us all DKs that watch my channel. So many DKs are like, oh, thank God he submitted this because I do all these same things. This is why you got to change your UI. This is why you got to remove all this fucking clutter. So the one that, look at all this junk right here. Nothing does not matter. But you know what does matter? That icon right there, which you have to learn what it is. This is what makes you a better PvP player. That is called Nether Walk. It makes him immune to all damage. Now, it looks like he's still dying. How? Because the dots on him are still ticking and because they're all dead and it's a 1,000,000,000% dampening. But look at this. Now you could go priest and it would probably be fine. But you could also go the ret that I target called 6 hours ago and he would 100% die, right? But instead, Nether, 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 attacking the Nether, attacking the Nether, attacking the Nether, attacking the Nether, attack into Nether, immune, 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 attack into dark, attack into dark, attack. That's not it, right? Swap to the ret there. Remove the clutter, learn those icons, kick that flash shield. Nice, good. Good, 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 good. Or, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so you already would have won the game, and now we're kind of just on borrowed time here. But this is such good information. I'm sure so many DKs in the chat are so thankful because they probably attack in the Nether or don't call the right target or don't swap to the right target at the right time or break 16 CCs on the priest or literally think red is a tanky immortal god or something. This guy is just working and fucking, this guy's signed a pact with the devil. This man, Sissy Trap the Ret Paladin, is literally just sitting there going, jeez, I bubbled 4 minutes ago, used Shield of Vengeance, and he's pressed both paint ups on me. I probably could have died to a squirrel gently nuzzling my leg right now, but for some reason they refuse to go me. But I think you're going to win. They're all Oom, and the priest is out of cooldowns. God, could you imagine if he didn't die here? Okay. All right, so. Whew. Here's the good. You clearly know your rotation. You had diseases on everybody. Your limb goes were very disruptive and got triples. I think you had a couple double or triple blinds. You used your stun, and you used it not when somebody was stunned, although you used it into spammable CC that broke it all, but you pressed. You had a zone in there that may have saved the game. I saw it was during my darkness rant, so I didn't actually call it out very well, and that's a disservice to you, so I'm sorry. Zone, I don't know how long you guys were in it. I don't feel like going back because we've already talked so much about this. I got to keep the thing going. Sorry, I paused. It's going to be an hour-long video. You know me. Of course it's going to be an hour-long video. Of course it's going to be an hour-long video. So we are running the commander. Ooh, we're swapping to hybrid. Oh, so that was just a choice for that game. That's really cool. You'd have to walk me through what you liked about that comp that made you want to do commander for that. Or maybe it was just left over from PvE. I have no idea. But that's a really cool thing that you have like times where you want to run that build. I mean, you won. You did win. But yeah, just interesting there. Not even being facetious, like I'm literally interested because I love that build. I just don't think it's extremely good. But if you've found comps that it seems to work well into for you, I'm happy that you think about those sort of things. Okay, so we keep going. And your zone was good. There you go. But yeah, all the other stuff that I talked about is the stuff you want to change. There's zone on combust, and yeah, why not? If they don't go ret now and they go DK instead of ret as mage DH, I'm gonna scream. I mean, this ret's just loving it. How is he not getting targeted? Okay, so yeah, so chains uptime still really low. The swaps to the priest are not clever, unfortunately. They're not at good times. The time you would switch to priest, let me be more educational here instead of just saying it's not good. The swap you to the priest is, there were some times at the end of last game where he is struggling to keep up. Maybe your claws, infected claws, wound spread, got 6 wounds on him. Or maybe A-bomb hit him for a while and got 6 wounds on him. And he has a full row of diseases on him because now you're running the hybrid build. And as a result, you have a swap to him that you just burn all 6 wounds, force him to paint up himself, and then immediately swap off. That is an amazing time to go priest, because you use the fact that he's scared, because the DK is on him and he's a disc priest. Eek, I'm scared. You can kick him while you're on him. You can stun him while you're on him, of course, as you have done. And you burn all the wounds, and you force him to put paints up on himself, and then you just immediately swap off. It's not like you're trying to be like, oh crap, he's low, let me finish. That's a pitfall to fall into. Don't do that. Just say, okay, I got exactly what I wanted. This guy's going to have to heal himself, which is really hard to do when you're a disc priest trying to recover and dampening. He popped paints up on himself. I can hit anything else and generate infinite pressure. But a random swap at full health in the middle of the map doesn't really make any sense. Just go mage and DH. And kick the priest. And stun the priest. And silence the priest. And don't die here. Ooh. No, I would probably just stay on the mage and press death strike, bro. We're not getting any pressure. Yeah, see, this is all not... Yeah, see, you can't go priest here. And you're just suffering because you don't have chains on the DH and you don't have any disruption on the mage, and we stunned into Hodge, stun, and sleepwalk all at the same time, which you could have seen if your icons weren't taking up the fucking size of the surface of the area of the sun. But no worries. A-bomb is down. You're still going priest. This is all wrong. All wrong. Single target blind the DH. You could have blinded priest and DH together and then gone mage. That would have been a 6 play. Now we kick Shadow, so he just gets a Penance off in your face, and the red has to bubble, and you're going to die. This is why this is going so poorly, by the way. So, a little abrasive, I know, that's the way I talk, but man, did I call this one. If you lose, this is why. If you win, then I'm mad about it, because we shouldn't be winning, but I guess DH Fire Mage isn't a great comp. But yeah, you can't just train a priest the entire time. You wanted... Sometimes I go priest as unholy, but it's because I have another priest give me PI, and then I kill him in the opener. I don't just walk at him like this. Especially with ret DK. Especially when you had a chance to... Oh my god, he's almost doomed. What MMR is this? No worries, you're going to probably die here. Yeah, you had a chance to double blind priest and DH and then go mage. Yeah, see, that's why you're done. Yeah. That is why you are dead, my friend. Right, so that won't work. That will not work. And now you've seen that it won't work, and you're probably hearing me say this, and you're like, dude, I know, I get it, I died. I see that. Of course it didn't work, I just died. But now... If we could go back, this is why the VOD is here. That is why it didn't work. Double blind the DH priest there and go right to the mage, the guy you said was kill target. I know priest is looking kind of juicy, and you did him and get him low, but I can only imagine that's because it's 18 hundo. I don't know. I don't know. I could be totally wrong about the MMR, but we'll see. Yeah, let's just go mage. Okay. So now what do we have? Now you're playing DHDK. That's a better comp than Ret Fire Mage, so you do have to go right target here so you can get the dub. This is awesome, bro. We love these standoffs here. This is just quality gameplay. You know what real DKs do? Yes, please do go mage this time, actually, though. You know what real DKs do? Yeah, they run in there and drop raise A-bomb and just pop every cooldown and then... IBF, AMS, no. Yeah, you gotta... Let's go in there and do some damage. Okay, let's burn this. All right, it breaks instantly. Okay. So let's go mage. Probably could have kicked that fireball to stop that combust dam. This is really bad. He blurred and netherwalked at the same time, as he always does. Typical. No, I'm kidding. I have no idea who he is. He trinkets a Hodge and blur and netherwalk, so the DH has absolutely no buttons. But hopefully we can get nice blind, good limb, nice blind, a little pseudo disruption for them. Got to trinket out of mage and ret. Oh, ret's so good now. You have to recognize. Oh, do you? Oh, and the DH blows his own PP in the midst of battle. He just takes a moment to just rub one out. I mean, goddamn, bro. Ret, you would have gotten bubble there for sure. Why are we imprisoning that guy? Just imprison the priest and stun him out of that, and the ret dies. Nobody likes going ret, even though they're squishiest spec in the game. Okay, pain sup. Swap to the ret on the pain sup. It's literally on your screen 2 different ways. Look at that. Pain sup and pain sup was down there. But we're still getting pressure. It's good. Ret's just dying to cleave. Quadruple further highlighting the fact that I'm telling you ret is a better target, especially in certain circumstances. But I'm not mad about mage. I'm not mad about mage. Absolutely going mage is fine. It's just you got to look for the swap sometimes, and certainly not the disc priest. Okay, that's BM trinket and double stun. You get blocked there. Great. Now you can swap to the ret for a second. We don't want to hit into ice block. Well, you're hodged anyway, so you don't really get a choice. And there you go! Look at the red, it's just dead. That's bubble, see? See how great that is? Good blind. Probably could have kicked into blind, but it was hard to tell there. Now you swap back to, I love the blind, though. Love the energy, just like trying to keep them disrupted. Well, okay, don't backpedal there. Okay, sleepwalk, yep, sure. Okay, now do we just, yes, go red. Oh my God, I'll be so fucking excited. Go red. Yes. It's almost as if I know what to do in World of Warcraft. The game that I play all day, every day. Oh, it's 1100. Holy goober. Well, 1800 was a very, very kind compliment then, so you should take that and frame it on your wall. I thought this could be an 1800 solo shuffle lobby. So good for you. Good for you. That means if you take my advice here and all the words that I have to say, you're going to be fucking killing it. You could be 1800 in no time. That's amazing. Okay. So now, did you play with the preservation all 3 times? I think that you might have. Now let's see what happens. Because now the preservation's on the other team. I don't know if that's entirely true. Ooh, okay. Camera angle always gets messed up by those walls. I hate when that happens to me. Okay, good. Got out of that. There's a stun on the DH. Now you could definitely stun. Oh, no, you can't. 12 seconds on nullifying. That's nether. That's nether. Nice, you swapped. Well, sort of, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think you noticed. I don't know. I can't tell, but is worth swapping off. Okay, we gave him precog now. Your guy's in all trouble. He has to cocoon, yeah. Or bubble. Cocoon. Every time my brain hears bubble, I say cocoon because I've been fist weaving now. Isn't that funny? Okay. So, double fear. I think it might have been single, honestly. Hodge on the DH. You definitely want to stun healer here. Nice kick, though. Okay, and then he gets precog again. Healer's still worth stunning. Do you have? Oh, 3 seconds. Good, so in 3 seconds you want to stun healer. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, we're giving this mage precog on cooldowns. Or on cooldown, rather. Yeah, so you need to... I think you just stunned into precog, too. Okay, sorry. I zoned out for a little bit there while I'm looking at all the crazy crap on your screen. Okay, so here's what we did. I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'll never say it again. The crap on your screen, I do believe, is making it hard for you to see the stuff that really matters, because precog was absolutely on him, and it is so massive right here. It's that little icon of the angry face or whatever. Ooh, grimace, whatever. It makes him immune to everything, kick, stuns, grip, whatever. So you stun directly into that. One, it's not good to stun mage there. We need to get CC on the healer. Imprison, stun, both you and the DH. Not that the DH is on your team, but when he was, he imprisons the kill target. You stun, kill target. I mean, you got to CC the healer in these games. You got to get CC on healer so he can't just heal for free the entire game. But more than that, you can't stun into an immune to target, because that stun could have gone on the healer and now it went into nobody. So you got to see when that precog is up, and yeah. Okay, so there's ice block. You guys are in a lot of trouble. That's commune. You guys are not going to have pressure for a while here because he still hasn't gotten trinket out of the healer because nobody CCs him. So I think your red is going to die before you kill anything here, but we'll see. AMS aggro is going to... Or AMS now because... Yep, and there you go. Great press. Okay. You get knocked away there. Keep chains on these guys. You're imprisoned. DH hasn't learned. I mean, the DH imprisoned healer there, and your red's dead instantly, but fine. He's dead anyway. Okay, so finally somebody sees that red is the kill target. You needed to get Trinket out of the healer and then stun him when it came back up. And yeah, just if he's hodging kill target over and over, that's not really anything you can deal with. So instead you have to kind of just like see that and be like, okay, you're putting the dispellable stun on the DPS, which means the healer who's not in CC can dispel it. So I have to, okay, people are typing in chat when they're 11 hundo, that, no worries. Get a clean match, please. Not going to happen. You're literally 11 hundo, but that's fine. Cool. Okay, babe. Love that response. Love that response from you. Okay, stop typing now. Oh, let's go DH. Yeah, no, that's completely fine. Yeah, type that. I was worried you were going to start chirping at him, but no, anyway. Yeah, so the healer can dispel the hodge. So you got to react with how your teammates are playing. He hodges the kill target. You stun the healer into silence, into blind, into all fear from the priest. All of these things can make it so the hodge is now no longer to be dispelled because the preservation is sitting along CC chain. Maybe he trinkets, and then the next one he has no trinket for, and that's how you land the kill. Instead, the CC is all whiffed or sent into precog, and there's just no pressure. The reason I'm talking about CC so much and kill target so much is because you have, well, I mean, goddamn, look at this screen. I think you have your diseases on all the targets. It looks like you understand the rotation and how wounds work. I'm not going to fucking harp on press Scourge Strike to do damage, but this is the stuff. Oh, nice nether. Right in the open. And then you press Limb when they're all herded up and you blind people. Like, I'm not going to talk about questing stuff. Like, I'm going to try and talk about the stuff that I really think will up your game, and that's what I can see here. So stop attacking into wall, and just stop doing that. Just stop attacking the evoker right now into wall. Yeah, go red. Okay, zone a little late there, and I don't think anybody's going to stand in it. Maybe you will. The mage is just along the outside, typical from zone. He polys red. I hate that, but what are you going to do? Nobody thinks red dies, even though he literally just dies every game. But sure, no worries. Okay, so again, you have to throw your CC on the heal. I mean, the back pedal is brutal. I guess I could have used that to determine that we were 11 hundo, but you know, people move the way they want to move. That's just part of the game. That's part of life. Unfortunately, it is going to be slower to move in that way. If you can get like the mouse turning or the quick turning down, it'll help. We all know this, but at this point, you know, it's 2023. People play the way they want to play, and that's the way it is. It's a video game, so it is literally a video game. Like, I can't even make that. It's not actually even real life. Did you know that? It's crazy. Okay, so he's done the ret, which is, again, not ideal, but he had no trinket, and you're trying to peel for your mage. So that does make sense. And he got a poly off, and we didn't break, so this is all good stuff. You're feared. I like the grip. Maybe a little farther would have been decent, but I think you're going to get bubble out of him anyway. And you do. Okay. Now, does the healer live this go? This is where zone... So actually, here, great. Something that's not kill target or stun the healer. Here's another bit of information. Believe me, I am well-versed in how much people run out of zone. In fact, most of the time, I literally don't talent into it because it frustrates me so hard to play zone and solo shuffle. But if you do, and red DH is not a bad time to run zone, right? That's a lot of magical damage. If you do, this is the time. It's hard to say that in hindsight. It's easy to say that in hindsight, but he was in a hodge. What can't he do in a hodge? Move! What does that mean? He can't move out of your zone. The other thing is, when people stun kill targets, they're generally ready to do big damn. So it's not even like you're like, okay, well, how could I have predicted that? Wait for a hodge. Now the ret's going to do his big damn. But you zone on top of the priest. Priest can't move out of it because he's literally stunned. And you prevent all of this damage going into Brahmin. Maybe you save him there. Preservation is randomly getting swapped to, and I guess he just dies. He's wall. Oh, do you have a pet stun or something? I can't see your bars. I don't think you do. Okay, he's fine, so just stop going him. It was close. It was a decent swap, but he walled. Oh God, get that off. Okay, it's fine. No worries. Kick nullifying. Oh, needed to kick that. Okay, we're really in bad shape. So, miss kick. Not sure if when pet stun was used, but generally saving those pseudos for a situation like that is good. Do you win anyway? Do you just win? Nice blind. Good. Is he in dark? Oh, you can grip him out. Is he in dark? I can't tell. Dude, the screen. Oh, you gotta live. You got a death strike. Oh, you're trying. I see you. Nice. Okay. It's exhausting, huh? So, good limb. Good. Blind. Good awareness. I saw you trying to spam those death strikes. I knew you weren't going to let yourself die like that. You were out of runic there, but when you got some runic, you would have pressed. Good awareness on killing the ret paladin. See how squishy they are? I told you. God, I told you this at the beginning of the game. It's almost like you didn't go forward in time and hear me in advance. Okay, but yeah, good, good, nice. Okay, so now is this the last round? I can't tell because there's a sample goal, but I think this is the last round. No, I mean, yeah, I think it is. It has to be, right? Okay, so this is your one for 4 wins. Oh, it's exciting. Let's see how it goes. Okay. We're going mage and we're cleaving red. That's fine. That's fine. Going mage is fine. Like, again, I'm not mad about going mage, even though I've talked about kill target so much. The real time was when you went disc instead of mage. But yes, cleaving, it's just a swap stuff. Look, and you did it. Oh my God, that's exactly it. So you go mage, he gets away, you grip him back, he gets away again, you swap ret, you get bubble. Wow. Quality, right? And now ret's a kill target. So now you would look for swaps on ret the entire game. Exactly right. And you can cleave him. Okay, your DHS and nether, and he does. You can cleave him. And when he gets juicy, and you can swap in a stun, maybe a polymorph on the healer. Is that what you're playing with? Yeah, you're playing with the mage, right? Are you playing with the mage? No, you're playing with the DH, sorry. Imprison on the healer. I'm old, so sometimes I have old moments. Oh my God, you just win. There it is. It's like you actually did go forward in time and listen to me because that's all the things that I just said. There you go. Ret dies in a swap. 4 wins. Plus 71. Lobby was 12 hundo. So we do understand why the mistakes that were being made were being made. I don't think I need to even say anymore. I think during each round, I said exactly the things that I think it would benefit you the most. Target choices. Swaps. Not hitting into walls. Cleaning up your UI so you can see the walls. I swear to God, that's very important. Not hitting into netherwalk. Looking for the pally when he has no bubble. You did that at the end. If you do that in more games, maybe you go 6-0. Okay. Good stuff. Thank you for submitting this. It's already like an hour-long video, so I'm going to zip here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.